Good evening, you're watching State of Business on our television. This is Zeenat Musafir and these are the headlines. Significant increase in flow of narcotics through maritime routes, says UNODC Program Coordinator. Sri Lanka's manufacturing sector expands during the month of May. News in details. Program Coordinator of United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime Control for the South Asian region, Shanaka Jayasekara, says that there has been a major increase in the amount of cocaine seized in recent years. In an exclusive interview with the Art Television, Jayasekara also noted that East African and Southeast Asian ports are being used as transit hubs for trafficking purposes.
We have seen a significant increase in the flow of narcotics through maritime routes, primarily what is known as the southern route. So we have Afghan heroin coming down through what's called the Makran coast, between the coast of Pakistan and Iran, heading down to either the East African coast, the coast of Kenya, Tanzania and Mozambique, or on the eastern side to island states such as Sri Lanka and Maldives. This has increased significantly. Countries in East Africa as well as in South Asia are being used as transit points to move the heroin brought in through sea routes to its major consumption markets in Europe.
According to Jayasekara, global heroin trafficking is taking place through the following three routes.
If you look at heroin trafficking in particular, there are three primary trafficking routes. One is known as the northern route, which goes through Kazakhstan and into the Russian Federation and possibly into Europe. Second route is called the Balkan route, which where the heroin goes from Afghanistan into Iran and into Turkey, into the Balkan regions, and then into Europe. Third trafficking route is known as the southern route, where the heroin is brought down to the coastline, as I said, the Makran coast, and then shipped on dhows, which are the Arabian dhows, to the east coast of Africa and to South Asia. Given the current turmoil in Syria and in some of the Middle Eastern regions, the Balkan route has been affected in terms of trafficking. The northern route has had some constraints. As a result, there is a ballooning effect on the southern route, and we are seeing more drugs being sent by sea to transit destinations in East Africa and in South Asia. That's in some sense that has been the result of better policing of the other two routes. The conflict in some of those routes have actually resulted in the southern route expanding in terms of volumes.
According to the Purchasing Managers Index issued by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka for the month of May 2018, Sri Lanka's manufacturing sector has expanded during the month following the seasonal contraction observed in the previous month, while the services sector has also showed a strong upturn. The manufacturing sector PMI recorded an index value of 60.6 in May with an increase of 15.1 points from April. The recovery of PMI was largely attributable to the significant increase in production to cater both the new orders received during the month and the uncompleted orders received in April due to the New Year holidays, especially in the manufacturing of textiles, wearing apparel, leather and other related products. Overall, all the sub-indices of PMI recorded values above the neutral 50-point threshold in May 2018, signaling an overall expansion in manufacturing activities during the month. Moreover, the expectation for activities indicates an improvement for the next 3 months. Meanwhile, the services sector PMI increased to 56.9 index points in May 2018 from 53.2 index points in April 2018. The services sector experienced a strong upturn in May following subdued activity levels seen in April and was mainly supported by the faster growth in new businesses, business activity and employment. The rise in new businesses and business activities was mainly observed in financial services, telecommunication and transportation of goods and warehousing sectors, said the central bank. We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned for more news after these commercials. Welcome back. The Census and Statistics Department has stated that Sri Lanka's economy has grown at a positive rate of 3.2% during the first quarter of this year, while releasing the GDP summary indicators for the first quarter 2018 yesterday. According to the statement, the total economic output of Sri Lanka as measured by the GDP for the first 3 months of 2018 has reached up to 2.224 trillion rupees compared to the 2.155 trillion rupees which was recorded for the first quarter of 2017. The major components of the economy, agriculture, industry services and taxes less subsidies on products have contributed their shares to the GDP at current prices by 7%, 30.4%, 53.6% and 8.9% respectively for the first quarter of 2018. In the first quarter of 2017, the overall industry activities further expanded significantly, recording a 6.3% growth rate. In this quarter, the agricultural activities have expanded by 4.8%, while in the first quarter of 2017, it was recorded as 4.4% contraction. Industrial activities have expanded marginally, recording a 1% of growth rate during this period. Service activities have further expanded by 4.4% in the first quarter 2018 compared to the same quarter in the previous year, while the Central Bank of Sri Lanka projects an economic growth of 5% for this year. The World Bank projects the economic growth to rebound in 2018 from a low base and continue to be around 4.5% in the medium term. During a press briefing held in Colombo today, former parliamentarian Bandula Gunawardena made the following remarks with regard to the Sri Lanka-Singapore Free Trade Agreement and its adverse impact on the Sri Lankan rupee.
165 70 80 ආදී වශයෙන් වෙන්නේ තාම එවැනි ගිවිසුමක් ක්‍රියාත්මක නොවී තිබියදී මේ ගිවිසුම කරාට පස්සේ මේ ක්‍රියාත්මක කළොත් මීට වඩා වැඩි වේගයකින් රටින් පිටට යන විදේශ විනිමය ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි වෙනවා. එවිට රුපියල තවත් බාල්දු වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා තමයි අපි කියන්නේ දැන් රෝගයක් වැළඳිලා තියෙනකොට ඒ රෝගිය උස්සන්න කරන්න අදාළ වෙන ආකාරයේ බෙහෙතක් දීම ලෙඩාගේ මරණයට හේතුවක් වෙන නිසා ශ්‍රී ලංකා ආර්ථිකයට මරණීය තර්ජනයක් ඇති වෙන තත්වයක් තමයි සිංගප්පූරු නිදහස් වෙළඳ කිවිසුමේ තිබෙන්නේ. සියලුම විද්වතුන් වෘත්තීකයන් අභියෝග කරනවානේ විශේෂ අමාත්‍යතුමාට හෝ අමාත්‍යාංශයේ ලේකම්තුමියට මෙහි ඇති අහිතකර තත්වය රටට පෙන්වා දීම සඳහා ඕනෑම මාධ්‍යයක ප්‍රසිද්ධ විවාදයකට පැමිණෙන්න කියලා. රුපියල බේරගන්න නම් පළමු පියවර ලෙස දැන් කළ යුත්තේ වහාම ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන පරිදි නැවත සිංගප්පූරු නිදහස් වෙළඳ කිවිසුම සමාලෝචනය කරලා සේවාංශය සහ අනිත් ආයෝජන අංශ සියල්ල මෙලෙසින් විවෘත කිරීම තුළින් රට ඇතුළට එන විනිමය ප්‍රමාණයට වඩා රටින් පිටට යන විනිමය ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි වෙන බව අපි අවධාරණය කර කියා සිටිනවා.
We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned to see how the stocks perform today after these commercials. Welcome back. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The All Share Price Index dropped 44.78 points to close at 6,265.73 and the S&P SR20 dropped 40.37 points to close at 3,473.52. The turnover was 638.6 million rupees and 23.3 million shares were traded. Next is Forex rates. That's all the news we have for you today. Join us tomorrow with State of Business on our television at the same time. Until then, take care and good night.